Howdy, howdy, it's the morning, howdy.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Morning Howdy. Like every morning. Howdy. So today's topic is going to be lying. And I mean, we all lie. So I felt like this is something we could probably relate to. So let's start off with talking about the big lies and the little lies we tend to say. So the little lies are usually the ones to our parents. They're like, oh, I'm going to go to so-and-so's house, and you go somewhere else. Like, oh, I didn't eat the candy. You got the ones that are just jokes. You joke around with someone and just like a little fib, a little lie. And then there's like the lies that are like surprises. Like you don't tell someone you're here before like a surprise party. Little lies are really playful. Little lies aren't meant to harm people, but your little lies can turn to big lies, and then little lies can pile up if you're always lying. And let's just talk a little bit about big lies before I move on. And then we got big lies, and these are the ones we can tell our relationship partner with. Oh, I'm going out with my friends, and here you are with Sarah Lou. You know, it's not good to tell. It's like if you're gonna be cheating, just break it off. Don't be telling lies. These are big lies, that actually hurt things, people, relationships. There's ones that are for the law. Oh, I didn't kill that guy. Of course, you're gonna lie your butt off. You're not gonna say you killed anyone. You're gonna try to get away with it. These are another types of big laws because there's a cause and effect. It's karma. You do someone harm. You're gonna have to go to jail or vice versa. Well, it isn't vice versa, but those are some big lies you people tell. And it could be like a cop that lies arresting someone. He's like, oh yeah, he had all these drugs on him, and this guy with glasses, skinny, is just trying to go to school and just planting drugs on this guy for no reason. Those type of lies. Those are big ones. They hurt people. And then there's lies to hurt people. Just to lie about someone and say they did something, or start a rumor, or start a drama. This lies. This is also sort of type of bullying, because you can lie about someone all day long, and the next minute they kill themselves. It's happened before. It happened in my school. Just a bunch of gossip going around, and someone took it too personally, and they couldn't handle it. I mean, those are some pretty big lies. Some other big lies are the ones like your president lying about what they're doing, like the Clinton. There's a lot of different types of big lies you could do, and they're really hurtful. They're not for a good cause. And then there's the little lies. They can be as hurtful or not as hurtful. Some people are like, if you ever lie to me, that's it. There's no more friendship. I can be like that sometimes, but I know what a little lie is. I have like thick skin per se. I'm not gonna get hurt over a little white lie, I'm gonna be like, oh, I can have some understanding. I'd probably do it myself. I try to put someone in their shoes. I'm not gonna say I want to lie, but I'm not saying I've never lied. And then and this is the next thing. They're the lies we tell ourselves, and these are little lies too, and big lies. So some lies we can tell ourselves is that, oh, we're going to get into fitness. These are probably like little lies. I want to start a new hobby, right? And then there's some big lies like, oh, I'm going to make a change, I'm actually going to do something that you should do, You're telling yourself, because this isn't like, oh, just because you tell yourself doesn't mean you have to do it. I mean, you could say that about anything. But it all starts with you. It all starts with your mind. It all starts with your next step and how you're gonna move to that step. Your first, baby steps. But if you lie to yourself, how will you get anything done? If you have a serious drug issue, just as an example, and this is a big lie. Like, I'm gonna get help. I'm gonna get changed. I'm not gonna hang out with my friends no more. The next second you see them walk by, and they're asking you to come hang out with them, the first thing you do is say, okay, I'm down, even though that's like the biggest lie you could do, because now you just hurt yourself. Now you just put yourself in bad hands. Or another big lie, well, I'm not going to drink anymore. The next minute you're drinking and you get drunk and you ride home for some reason, then you hit someone. DUI, manslaughter. It's a big lie. And then some little lies, like I said, it could just be a little hobby, like, oh, let me give you an example. Oh, I'm gonna stop here and sign up to the gym. Well, I didn't sign up today. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. It's just like a little lie, you know. It's not because you didn't have time. It's because you just changed your mind. We change your mind about a lot of things. I, for one, changed my mind about a lot of things. I always want to do something new. I'm not saying I get bored of something. I just sometimes think I could progress in something by doing something else. I can make myself stronger by equipping this sort of knowledge into my foundation of overall things that I could possibly do or don't know how to do that I want to do. You know, little lies are like, oh, I'm not going to eat the chocolate that I saved for, you know, for tomorrow. I'm just going to eat it today. You know, little lies. But little lies build up over time into that, maybe that one day you make that decision that it's a big one, you know, and then you end up lying. You're supposed to tell the truth, but you end up lying, and it's just going to hurt you in the future. It's like being a witness, right? You knew it all along, and because you didn't get this guy indicted, you know, you weren't the one who told him what to do. He goes off and kills your mom, you know, he killed someone else's, but you didn't want to snitch. And the next thing you know, he's off killing your mom, and you're like, damn, what if I had just told? Damn, what if I did not lie, you know? Lying's crazy. It can be serious things sometimes, and it could hurt people in a lot of ways. Because generally, we all want to know the truth. We all want to get to the bottom of it. All our questions, we want to be answered. That's just us being engineered to be that way, you know? We all want to know the truth. We don't want to be lied to. We get hurt when we're lied to. Because why wouldn't someone just say the truth, you know? What's a big of a deal that you have to conspire a lie for no other reason for your own enjoyment? To think it's funny that you lie. Like little kids, they lie about something, and the next thing you know, they're giggling when you turn your back and you look at them, they're just like, You know, it's just little lies. But little lies turn into big lies. And generally, it's like a bad habit that you pick up throughout your life when you keep lying. You pick up bad habits. It sort of becomes a trend to lie. You find yourself lying for no reason. And that's your mind. It's your mind in confusion. To not say the truth is to not walk straight, right? Instead of just to answer the question, you think twice as hard to find out what the lie for no reason, right? There's no reason to lie. It doesn't make sense. Unless it's for a personal gain, or someone told you not to say, but then you wouldn't be saying anything, right? They say, oh, I choose not to say. You don't have to say anything. Sometimes you don't have to make up a lie. Just don't say anything. Be like, oh, not today. You know? You don't have to say nothing. But when you do choose to say something, and it's not the truth, I mean, you're wasting your brain, man. You're wasting good cells on something positive, and you're bringing in the negative. Every lie adds up, right? In some way, somehow. So nothing but the truth. And whenever people go to court and stuff, they swear to the Bible and they're saying nothing but the truth, blah blah blah. They want nothing but the truth. And if you don't tell the truth, you know, and they find out, you're possibly gonna be in trouble, right? And when they ask for confessions, they ask for the story, it's all for a cause. And when there's lies, you don't get to come to the solution for the cause. It's just like making up doing some science, and you're adding things up, and it wouldn't make sense to make up a lie. So you said, oh, I had it done, right? And then okay, let's get the project in, right? And then you decide to just put something fake in there because you didn't really get it done. And then now they try using this thing or whatever it is, and then like causes a bigger issue because you lied about it. It's not really done. It's not really finished, but it looks like it is. It's just one thing you lied about, just a tiny thing, and you try to replace it with something else. It could be bad. Bad habits. And sometimes the truth hurts, and that's why we lie. So let me ask you this. Is it okay to lie? I can find a way to make it okay to lie. I can find a way. right? I can find a way to make a lie okay in crazy circumstances. But when it comes to, you know, some serious things, it's never okay to lie. So I'm not going to say, I'm going to give you the answer. It's not okay to lie, but there are times where it's okay. There are times, but it's too rare. It's too rare for these opportunities where you're just going to have to lie to someone just because. Say, you see the killer and you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You just tell a little white lie so they go to some place, or like, or you're like, someone's trying to hurt you and you're just like, my husband is right there or something. Or you could be like, oh, I'm a cop. And then they're like, oh shit, and they run away. You can make up a lie like that, in a sense, where it could be okay to make a lie in crazy circumstances, or someone's going off a cliff because they did something bad, and be like, no, we'll get you help, blah, 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 you won't go to jail. Because you don't want to see the guy jump off the cliff, right? You're gonna tell a little white lie so it doesn't cause a bigger issue. Okay? Just like if someone has someone hostage, right? It's the same thing. Maybe you're gonna give a little while. You're not gonna give him a tank, right? You're not gonna give him $20 billion. It's not happening. So, but the truth does hurt sometimes. But it's better to know the truth in some circumstances, because I could probably come up with some ways that maybe it's not best to get the truth. Okay, but I know the truth hurts. But when I look back down to it, I feel like it was better to know the truth. I'm like, oh, I wish I never knew. It would have just kept everything okay, but it wouldn't have never been okay. Because if you would have thought about it even longer, you'd be like, damn, I was being deceived for that long. I let it ride out for that long and I had no idea? Nah. I feel like that's too much dishonor on my end. I don't know how some people are with being lied to, or not having the truth being withheld from them, even though they can acquire it, and they're like, no, I'd rather not know. Some people are like that. Some people don't believe some people believe it's okay to lie. They lie all the time. They don't say there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, everyone has their own perception of life. So, I mean, you could say a lot of different ways in a lot of different scenarios. Everyone's different. But I'm saying to the generally, most people don't know what's up not to lie. Okay? So here are some funny things where people are exposed of lying. So I know if y'all heard of the Jerry Springer show. Yeah, Jerry Springer, man, that's my dude. He making sure everyone's the father, making sure everyone's gonna take care of them kids. Real OG right there. So you got the Jerry Springer show, right? And people come in, they are, oh, I cheated on you, blah blah blah. Let's take a lie detector test, cause someone, oh, I don't believe him, blah blah. And they're like, you did cheat on Mary. No! Or you are the father. Yeah! Or no! Or some people don't want to be the father. Some people want to hightail out of there because they made a drunk mistake, you know? Because they told themselves they were going to stop drinking, but they decided to keep drinking. Then you end up in Jerry Springer show. All about a lie. So, yeah, you get the cheaters and you get exposed. There's ways to figure out if people are lying, right? Thank God for the criminal system, because everyone would be lying if they did something bad and no one would get in trouble. For cheaters, for people who hurt people, for instance, there's like people who beat women for no reason, and then they lie about it, say that there isn't enough evidence, and then they take a lie detector test, and they find out they're actually beating them, and then they get in trouble. See, lying isn't good. Lying isn't good. Because it could be good for your part because you got away with it, but bad for the other because no one's getting no justice for the other. That's what lies come down to. So when do we lie? We lie all the time. Every day. No, when do we lie? We lie whenever we feel like we'll get in trouble. We feel like we'll lie whenever it's not our problem. So you just kind of cancel the situation out with a little white lie, like, oh, I didn't see nothing. It's a simple one. You say something that's a lie, But you make it where I don't want to be a part of this, so you say that. You know, I didn't see none, but I'm done. Yeah, I'm out of there. I'm not saying none. No snitch. When do we lie? We lie when we play basketball and say we got fouled, you know, just so we could win. We do a lot of lies like that to win. We say lies to get a point across. We say, when do we lie? We lie when we want to hurt somebody. When we want to bully someone, we'll tell a lie. We can tell we tell lies when we want to joke with someone. Be like, oh, you sniffed cheese yesterday. Haha. But really, you didn't sniff cheese. It's a little white lie, you know. That's when we lie. How do we lie? We can lie. How do we lie? That's a good question. We can be very conceiving liars. We can be very truthful liars. We can be schizophrenic liars. We could be angry liars. We could be the innocent liars. You know, we could be crying, lying about something. There's a lot of emotions where we could show and lie at the same time. It's sometimes crazy because, you know, there's some occasions there's women out there, just because they want to hurt someone, they'll say that they got raped to some famous football player. I've seen it. Hear my words. And they lie for their own personal gain. That's another way someone lies. Fake being hurt, you know, like an insurance fraud. Like someone brake check someone so they can get insurance, right? That's how they lie. They lie about how it happened. Oh, he ran in the back of me. I was just driving all casually. No, you lied. How did you lie? You lied in a very sneaky, planned way. You used your knowledge on how can the situation go into your favor. You can be very manipulative when you lie. You can be very strategical. Misconception is a good way to lie. That's another way. So, who all has lied to us before? Probably everyone we know. And these are probably little lies, like Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy. Oh, when you get older, blah 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 is gonna happen to you. You know, our friends have lied to us about little things because they didn't want to hang out with us, so they said, "Oh, I'm with my parents." Yeah. Your girlfriend lied to you and she said she was on her period because she's gonna friend zone you. Oh, who all has lied to us again? Everyone's lied to us. Our teachers have lied to us once or twice before. You know, the little lies. Not anything. Our teachers never lied about anything serious. Who else has lied to us before? Sometimes we think someone's lying. That's the thing. Sometimes, since we believe everyone lies, and we know we lie ourselves, and we sometimes believe everyone is lying, it kind of becomes its own problem. Because sometimes we lie so much that we think everyone else is lying. And whenever anyone else is telling the truth, you think it's a lie because you lie yourself. It's because when you reflect on yourself, you reflect off others. And so if you're a really violent person, you think everyone's going to be very violent towards you because that's your mentality. And generally, since you're in your own mind and you get to that point, you believe everyone's at that same state. And it's just like a guy and a girl. Sometimes they forget they're just chilling with girls and they get too aggressive and just like friendly. And then they end up hurting someone. They're like, oh shit, I forget you're a girl, not a guy. You know, I can't be so aggressive with you. Or something would happen. And then it's crazy because what are the lies we believe? What are the lies we believe today? I mean, we don't know all the lies that have ever been told. We can only assume by finding out what's true and what's not. You know, a lot of things could be a lie. If they're saying we're in a computer simulation or something like that, a conspiracy, just saying a conspiracy, then everything would be a lie. Everything we believed. But it wouldn't make sense for us to have such deep conscious intellect to be a simulation. We have too much diversity for something like that to be possible, in my opinion. Because a simulation, it would be too controlled, too. Everyone would be doing like the same thing without any knowledge of anything else. It would just all be like everyone be in this like a zombie state, in my opinion. We're not zombies. Sometimes I feel like we are, and that's not a lie. I love coffee. Is that a lie? No. I love coffee. But then we go back to the lies we believe that we tell ourselves. Sometimes we tell lies about ourselves that we say, "Oh, I'm not good enough." I mean, unless you got some handicapped physical problem where you can't walk or jump straight, there's nothing wrong with you. Oh, I don't look good enough. There's a way to make you look better. Just like how I could probably shave my beard off a little bit and cut the hair off and get slick Rick, We can always improve on whatever we are. There's always a way. If you're gonna say, "Oh, I don't got the best features," you can work on your dress game. You can work on your physical attributes. You can work on your mind. Girls love a strong mind. You can work on your money. There's a lot of things. Just because we tell these, we downplay ourselves, and these are the lies we start to believe. And this is kind of the main thing I was going towards, is the lies we tell ourselves, because we can tell ourselves a lot of lies, and we don't progress as much. It's just like, "Oh, I can never be as smart as this one. I can never do this." These are all lies. Because we live in a world where we know we can do anything. Anything is possible to this point. Name a thing that's not possible. And say why is it not possible? Is it because we're not working diligently on it enough? Do we not have the right materials for it yet? Will it be possible in the future and it's just not time? See, you can think of a lot of questions, but you'll come down to see it's still plausible. It's still possible. We might not be able to fly like Superman, but we figured out a way to fly, you know what I'm saying? Just because we can't teleport or go back into the past doesn't mean we can theoretically go into the future, because it doesn't make sense to go into the past. We can look into the past because of light and how we perceive it, but everything is moving, nothing goes back. Everything is always in a forward motion. So there's no really going back into time. Alright. But we can go to light. We can see in the past. Because the way we see what's going on in life is all through the light reflection. But as we move, if we close our eyes and we just take a second, all that is now. And there's no going back and deciding to do that again. So we only got to move forward. And when we believe we can't move forward anymore, that's a lie. Whenever we say we're too tired from work, I worked an 8-hour shift, I can't go work out, so I'm going to lay down. So if you could still walk and you can still go around the day, you can't take an hour or 45 minutes to do a little exercise so you can get a little extra, boost to your muscles, let the days go easier by working out a little bit. The general reason to work out is to go through your day easier, to get things done more efficiently, with ease. Because if you work at Plants for All Seasons, right? I'm for a young cat. And, you're picking up the bags all the time. It's not going to be easy to pick up the bags. And then you could say, "Oh, I don't need to work out, I just do it." You'll get accustomed. You'll get accustomed to work. It will seem easy to do the bags. But if you go to the gym, and you work out even harder from what the bags, the heavier bags, you'll realize when you you do your job, you'll be effortless. That's what it'll become. Not just you're used to it. We can all be used to something, but to make it effortless, that's the challenge. And that's the lie we tell ourselves, because we can't get to that point where it becomes effortless. I can't go to the gym after work. I'll be too tired. I can't make my work easier by doing something at home after work. Let me tell you one thing. If you're going to college, and I'll call that college work, because you're working for money. You're learning. You're working on your mind. So you're in college, and you're working. You're straight up. Even if you're paying money, you're still working, right? And you say this subject's too hard, right? But you're getting by. and then you're saying it's so hard, and you just do the homework, right? And then you wait until the next class. You just do your assignments. What if you take that extra time, since you know you have to go back to that class? You know you have to study about that class. You're going to have to take more tests about the class. And maybe this is a class that you're going to have to major in the future. What if you just, before you do your homework, before you do all the assignments you have to do, and you just kind of hold them off, what if you just took the time to go into the subject yourself and try to master it? And say you do master it. Say you do find the way. Guess how easy your homework will be? Effortless. Guess how easy your discussions and going to class will be? You'll feel effortless because you'll feel like you already know everything. Because you took the time, the extra time, to do the things that you're going to do. You weren't just going through the motions like how you always do. And you just get by. But how can we do the things effortlessly? See, when I come up here and I do this channel, it doesn't feel effortlessly until I go home and I think about it. And once I start writing about tomorrow, I start preparing for myself. I don't just come here and I have nothing. No, I prepare for it. So I make it when I go up here and talk, you'll feel effortlessly. Because I don't have to think about it anymore. I've already thought about it. I've already conceived what I was going to say. Just like when you think about a test and you study for it. You studied for the test. So it's not the test just there. You've already studied it. You've already seen the test. So now it becomes effortless. So you already did it effortlessly. Swinging a bat. Whenever you swing against a 90 fastball pitcher, right? And it's your first time. No, you're going to go to the cages and you're going to practice. You're going to perfect it. So whenever you go up to the plate, it's effortlessly. And when we tell our lies, we can't do it. We can't work any harder. We can't study any harder. I can't eat any healthier. I can't stop any more of these bad habits. These are lies. We can do a lot more. There's nothing else to do today. That's a lie. I could name 10 things of any moment. You stop doing something right now, I could name 10 things you could start doing. Easy. And why don't we do those things? It's because sometimes we lie and we don't, instead of boosting ourselves up like how we're supposed to, we diminish ourselves. And every diminish is a lie because everything should be positive. Everything we tell ourselves should be positive. We, as humans, strive to reach nirvana. And once we reach nirvana, that's from the old people. It's the highest source of enlightenment where things won't. Think about if you were back in the past and you didn't have all the things we have today. Think about how boring that is. And think about having a state of mind where having all what you have is already grateful and it makes you super happy. What if we had the same nirvana effect now? Because we didn't tell ourselves lies that we can't reach a state like that. It's not possible for us. Even though we've seen people do it. If we've seen someone do something, we can do it. That's the greatness of a human being. We have eyes, right? Just like seeing our daddies talk to us, right? We copy what we see. If someone's able to talk, we're able to talk. If someone's going to be able to hop into a plane and fly the plane, we're able to hop into a plane and fly the plane. If we're able to jump over a fire, anyone else can jump over a fire. But I would recommend training for those things first. Because it's not going to be easy, but if we don't tell ourselves lies that we can't do something, we're not good enough, how will we ever do anything? See, the first thing to do is to change our mindset, to change the lies and the truths. Tell ourselves truths. Don't tell ourselves lies. Tell other people truths. If you can tell someone, yeah, you can do it. But whenever you go back home and you say, damn, I can't do this. You told two lies. Because if you don't believe in something you say, and you say it to someone else, it's a lie. Straight up. That's a double lie. And through one lie. Through one lie is a double lie. It adds up. The little lies add up into bad habits. And sometimes it hurts to lie. And sometimes we feel pain from lying, and then we regret lies. And if we can remember from the lies we've told, and what are the outcomes from telling the truth and from telling lies, we can already deliberate that selves in our mind and figure out the right answer, the right path to go to. If we just think about it, if we're generally good people, we generally want good in the world, We can reflect on what are the bad things we've done and the good things. Not just because it was a lie, but the outcome from that lie, the outcome from the things we do. We can make everything into a positive output. Everything we input, everything we take in, we can output it. So if we know lies are bad and we input that, we know that lies are bad and we're taking in the lies, doesn't mean we have to output the lies. We usually take in everything that comes at us, but let's just bring out the good in it and let all the bad go out the other end. Right? We don't have to be, say, our parents are like always diminish us or bully us. It doesn't mean we have to go to the next kid and bully them. They're only taking in the bad because it's somehow easier to take in the bad. I don't understand. Somehow it's easier to do bad than good. It's hard to do good. How is it so easy to do bad? What makes it easier to do something bad? Is it so easy to break the rules? Is it really that hard to do good? Does it come down to what we just want to do? Theoretically, we can do what we want. But there are consequences to what we do. We have a choice to do what we want. But that choice can end real quick. You know, you want to go to school and shoot some kids. You know, unfortunately, that's going to come with a consequence. A big one. But that's your choice. It doesn't even seem like that would be a choice. It doesn't make sense that would ever be someone's choice. But from what we've seen and what we know from the past, from a knowledgeable standpoint of the past, present, and the future, we can see what people have done and the outcome of it. And we can see from the lies that came from it. Maybe the lies that people have told him. And all the lies he believed that it was true when they weren't true. Just because someone calls you fat doesn't mean you are fat. Right? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you aren't fat. Because the minute you decide to make a change, you won't be fat anymore. The minute you realize you want to make change, you aren't fat anymore. The minute you realize that you stop telling yourself, you realize you're going to stop telling yourself lies and you start telling your truths to yourself, your mindset, you won't be fat anymore. I promise you. Once you change your mindset, you won't be a fat guy. Because they won't call no fat guy at the gym if he's pushing. If any guy at the gym who's a real gym guy understands hard work and dedication, they see a big dude in the gym and he's working his ass off and they see him working probably as hard as everyone else, they're not going to call, look at that fat guy. They're going to be like, damn, look at that big dude. Big dude. They're going to call you big. They're not going to call you fat. Wouldn't you rather be called big? You know what I'm saying? You don't become a fat guy anymore. You're not a fat guy no more. You're a big guy. And nothing's better than being called a big guy. One with a big smile and a big, great attitude. You know what I'm saying? With that motivation. We don't need to take in these lies and make them into our reality. And that's what we tend to do. And we've seen the consequences from that. We've seen when people can't comprehend the truth. People are really biased sometimes. And even whenever they see the truth, they won't believe the truth. And they'll stick to the lies. The lies grow deeply inside them. It grows so deep that everything that's not what they believe is a lie. And that itself is one big lie. And it all starts with a little lie. And sometimes we don't know something's a lie. But we have to ask ourselves questions. And it all starts with ourselves. What do I believe? Why do I believe what I believe? What's the truth? What do I see to simulate from my thoughts of whether this is a lie or not? And it can be crazy. It can be a whole new life change when you start realizing things like this. You know, I've told myself lies many times. Like I was going to, lies that I've told myself. I mean, I've told myself little lies. I don't think I've ever told myself a big one where I was just like, I'm going 100% in and I don't do it. Like this channel. This channel was something that I had to follow through up on. And so I talked about it. I talked about it forever. And it became a little lie because I didn't go through it at first. But I talked about it. And I'm finally doing something about it because I realized what the lies I told myself and the lies I didn't go follow through with. I said, no, I can't be YouTube. There's too many YouTubers. There's too many of this. But instead of actually starting to do it, I was saying I couldn't. So here I am not letting myself lie to myself. Okay? And if you could see the progress just through me, let's see the progress that you can do. It's not going to be the biggest change in the world, but it's a stepping stone. And we all have to take the next step on the stairs that's hopefully made out of stone. Okay? So the analogy will sound even better. And I don't know. Let me see if another lie I told myself. I told myself. Well, for an example, school. I told myself I was gonna go finish my college, right? It was a little lie, because I haven't completely finished my college yet. But I'm waiting. And I know I shouldn't wait, but I can't waste my money either. You know, it takes resource, it takes work, and I'm hopefully trying to be able to build money somehow, some way, right? But I'm waiting until I find out what I really want to do. Because when you go to college, you're majoring in one. You can't major in a couple things. It'll take more time. And I guess I could generally start majoring in a couple things, but that costs money and it costs time. So the lie I told myself is that I'm going to finish it. And it's not like, or I'm going to go do it and go write it out. I stopped because I felt like I didn't know the exact thing I wanted to major. And I guess it's a lie I kind of put on myself because I said I was going to do it. But it kind of comes down to this from my own personal experience. Why would I go to school and try learning something that I'm not going to apply in the future? What type of information will I be taking in? Will that time will be well spent with the information I'm requiring? And any information can be good. Any information you take in, you know about, you can find a way to apply the information that you've taken in. I generally still want to go back to college. But I really want to go back into the strongest mindset possible and exactly know what I want to do so I can prepare myself before I walk into those classes so I can go through those classes with ease. Because if I don't know what I'm walking into, right, and I'm not prepared and I'm just doing a random class, it's gonna diminish my outlook on true purpose. And the true purpose is to go to college for a real reason. To go and use my education, not just to go to party, not just so I can be around all the girls, not just so I can just waste my money. Right? I want to go to college so I could do something that I'm applying myself for. And I've thought about even thinking about stuff with the brain, but then you have to go through all these health classes and stuff and be a doctor. Maybe I'll just learn a lot about it through maybe like, I was thinking about chemical engineering. That seems like something that would be really useful in the future. Aerospace engineering, creating something better travel for the future, like rockets and stuff. I want to do something for the future that's going to be progressive, that's going to actually matter one day or somehow. I don't want to find a job that's just building say parts for an oil rig. That there's already so many places out there and it's just a copy of one thing. I don't want to just be making parts. I want to be, me personally, designing something. So I when I'm telling myself are these things, and I'm not trying to tell myself a lie, that I'm gonna go through with what I'm saying, but it's gonna take time for me to find the definite outcome of that, to where the straight path. I'm still finding my path, but all the little things I'm trying to find that I found myself lying about, I'm trying to fix. And we can all fix the lies we tell ourselves. We can all start going to the gym, like how we said in the New Year's resolution. We can all start getting a healthier lifestyle. We can all start going to taking our basic classes, right? We could all start. We don't have to put ourselves down. We don't have to say we can't do something. It's not possible. It's possible, but we have to try and put effort. But make it reasonable. Say you're 5'2" and you want to be a professional basketball player. You can be the best basketball player you can be, but realistically, it's not going to be you work every day and every night. It's probably not going to be the best goal to go for it, right? You have to think realistically sometimes, and realistically is the truth. Realistically is truth. It's not false. Knowing that you can be the best basketball player you can be, right? That's true. You can be the best, but to go into certain places, you have to be realistically, right? Yeah, that's just how it is. You have to know your part, and you know how to play your role. I was in football. I wanted to be a great star, but my biggest issue was putting on the weight. That was my biggest issue, right? And trying to find being in a highlighted spot, right? Being able to where I would be able to be seen. Unfortunately, I got kicked out on my senior year. I got kicked out because they thought I smoked weed. I told them I tried it before. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like you already know somehow, so why would I even try to lie? The truth is, I'm not doing it. I'm not smoking weed. I've been busting my ass since freshman year and putting in the work. I told them I used to be the scrawny little kid. Look at me. I said, look at me today. Look at me. Because I've been training with y'all, and y'all want to kick me out? All I've done is bust my ass, shed tears, threw up, and I said all of this, and you're gonna kick me out? I work the hardest. I deem myself as one of being the hardest worker here that people look up on. That's how I thought. Because whenever I was in high school, that was my goal. There was no lies going on. My goal was trying to be the best football player. But I always knew that my height and my size was not going to get me to the NFL. It was because I was realistically comparing myself to others and what they look for. And, people coming from championship backgrounds. And there's still a place in the future. I could still go back when I'm 26 and I gain more weight. The NFL picks up people all the time. There's still a possibility. I'm still being in a realistic output, right? That I know my size is going to play part. I can gain size. But what is that going to do? What do I really want to do? Why did I want to do that at that time? Right? And my mind changes and I want to do new things. And I tell myself new things. And if I stick to what I do and at least try, I'm not telling myself lies. And I've always tried everything that I've conspired. I've done college courses. I'm not saying I haven't tried. I've tried. I've taken some classes, but when it comes down to taking classes for the next semester, I have to think about what my major is going to be. I have to think about what I really want to do and how I'm going to spend this money or the money I'm going to ask my parents. I'm not going to put that risk on them. No, as if it was my money, it'd be a different story. Oh shit. Speaking my ass off over here. But we don't have to lie. We can all tell the truth. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say yes. Just because you don't want to do something because you don't think it's cool, just be like, hey, I don't think this is cool. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say you want to do something even though you don't. Okay, I'll do it. Say you don't want to. Oh, I don't drink. Once you said I don't drink, don't pick up a shot glass and so because someone convinced you. You just lied to yourself. No, I don't drink. I don't like liquor. And someone's peer pressuring you, right? And then you finally, okay, I'll do it. You just lied to yourself, and that's a stepping stone. That's a stepping stone of weakness. Lying is weakness. We can all be stronger. We can all gather more strength, and it starts with our minds. It starts with our intellect and the lies that we choose to follow through with. And every lie adds up to weakness, to our stronger self. Not just physically weakness, but our mental strength and weaknesses. Because with the strong mind, the strong output, anything is possible. But yeah, this is the main thing I want to talk about lying. I just want to put a positive outlook. I don't want people to lie. Everyone can be telling the truth more. Everyone can be very honest. And, the world would be a better place. And, I feel like people won't be as depressed. It all starts with the lies that we say and the ones we believe in, right? And if we don't know whether something's true or not, we can always try to figure it out. We don't have to believe everything we hear. We don't have to believe in the lies. Just because someone says something to us, we can know what they said. I always say this: we can know what someone says, but we can figure out the truth ourselves. We can take their opinion, but we don't have to believe the lies people tell us. We can believe it until we figure out the truth. Because once we believe someone else is something else we say, we can believe a lie, and everything from that point is a lie that you believe in. And that's your mentality being weak, because you believe someone else without knowing for yourself. You can have it, and this is where trust comes from. Because if you trust someone enough, you'll believe anything they say, and then everything they say is viable. Then it's like you're being your parent. Your parent's not gonna lie to you if it's the truth, right? So that's why you have to always be a truthful person, because you can surround yourself with truthful people. Surround yourself with a reflection of yourself, and try to find people with your reflection. Try to find yourself in others, and you can make a big group. You can find yourself living a better lifestyle, and only progressing. But yeah, guys, this ain't a lie. I'm just the guy with the pie. I don't know, bad rhyme, but thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe. You know the deal. Dislike if you don't like it. Hit me up with the hurtful comments. I'm all good for it. And until next time, guys, it's the Morning Howdy Show. My name is Tyler, and howdy.